Hi, I'm John Herring. I work as a student life coordinator at Tulsa Community College, and I want to talk today about being a new leader of a student organization. As a leader, you really need to know the goal of that organization. You need to know what the basis of it is really in a few words. If it's a very complicated mission, if it's long, you really need to sum that up into just a few words. There are three really different types of organizations. You have your academic organizations at TCC. You have business, nursing, think clubs that are surrounded by academic classes. Then you have some kind of common interest groups like religious groups, community service groups, gaming groups. And that third group, and this is really everybody, is those social groups, because you really just want to connect with other people and you have a shared interest or you have an interest in that other group. Sometimes they're cultural, maybe with a language or Chinese, Japanese, Korean, whatever your interest is. Hopefully there's an organization there that you can connect with, but that's kind of the whole part of leading this organization, is knowing what the goal is. Know your members. I teach a class, and every semester my class personality is different. I also advise student government, and every year the group is very different. Some groups are more social, some are philosophical, some are activity motivated. They want to do things. Some really just want to have fun. They want to go to the movies. They want to hang out together. Some groups are very serious. Some groups are just really emotional, and some groups are event driven. None of that's bad, but you need to understand what your group's personality is. Do they like doing events? Do they like just hanging out? And knowing that about your group will help you lead that group better, because forcing a group to do something, to be social when they'd rather do an event, maybe they can be social at that event. So, delegate. You want to be able to delegate responsibilities. Now remember, you're not their boss, so you're not going to tell them what to do, but you ask them. But think of something your group wants to accomplish. Maybe a canned food drive, maybe it wants to take a dinner to someone, but think what would be good for the group. But you've got to be very careful not to impose your own desires on that group. This could easily backfire, because if you've got an agenda, especially a hidden agenda, they're going to find out, and they're probably just going to let you hang out to dry. So you've got to work with that group. Think of your team. Who can do what? So when you have that goal and then you have your team, define those responsibilities and figure out who can do this. Choose those right people. Choose the volunteers that would really enjoy doing that activity. And then you got to remember what motivates volunteers. And again, you're not their boss. You don't get to order them around. But what really motivates volunteers is respect, that you respect them, that you have a relationship with them. You know who they really are. You recognize them in the group. Say, thank you for so-and-so for doing this. Rewards, bringing food to the meeting, donuts, something to drink, saying you're special, thank you for doing that, and by having fun. So you got to remember why volunteers do things. They do things because really they have that relationship. And you have to lead by example. As the leader, I recommend you do the worst jobs, because they will see what you're doing and then they will be willing to help you out. And finally, trust and support. You got to hold them accountable, and you got to give them the tools to get everything done, but trust them and give them the tools that they need to get done. And that's kind of how to be a leader of an organization, and some tips there.